All right, welcome to Slay the House versus Vendi Vidi Vici, week 4 of the Summer League. We have Hose Machine on Mizuki, Caddy on Kiriko, Spikeball on the Zarya, Nightmare on Cassidy, and Libsaurus on Onron. Vendi Vidi Vici, we have Link on the Cat, Ellie on the Kiriko, Wyvern on the Venture, Shadow on now the Ash, and Scrolls also on the Zarya. Wyvern unburrows, getting some chip damage out. Scrolls takes down Nightmare. And it's looking like a good attack here. Libsaurus going down to Wyvern, Scrolls taking down Spikeball, Wyvern taking down Hose, and that's going to be first fight over already as I was introducing the teams in favor of Vendi Vidi Vici. It's looking like they're going to get the first cap here.
Objective lost. Escort the payload.
Spikeball swapping over to the Roadhog, almost getting the hook on Shadow. Would have been really funny if he got it. Alright, hook comes out from Spikeball, finds the corner. Just a lot of poking here so far. All right. Libsaurus drops down on top of Vendi Vidi Vici here. Scrolls taking down Hose Machine. All of them get traded out by Vendi Vidi Vici except for Nightmare, who I believe is still alive. No. Yep. And Vendi Vidi Vici is almost already at third point here. Alright, Spikeball walking out on the side. Going above. Bob comes out from Shadow Bow. There's the cap for Vendi Vidi Vici. Wyvern unburrowing, getting 3 with that singular unburrow. Wyvern taking down Libsaurus, Scrolls taking down Spikeball, and that is another team kill in favor of Vendi Vidi Vici. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock here to finish Midtown off. Really strong time bank here for Vendi Vidi Vici.
What can I say? I'm a team player.
Alright, Nightmare has the Deadeye here. We could see it come out. Here comes Kitsune Rush from Caddy. Ult comes out from Nightmare, takes down Link. Spike takes down Scrolls, Scrolls takes down Nightmare. Spikeball is going to walk up onto the remaining members of Vendi Vidi Vici. Gets the hook off, does not find any kills with it. Next hook comes out. Unfortunately, Ellie goes down. Spikeball, Caddy taking down Shadow Bow. And Spike is looking strong here. Finally a hold for Slay the House. Spike having the whole hog here. I wouldn't be surprised if Catnap comes out soon from Link. Bull's walking forward, farming a bit of charge off of the enemies here. Alright, Scrolls walking onto cart. Here comes the Catnap from Link. Wyvern getting grabbed by Spikeball after the unburrow, taken down by Spikeball's whole hog. Shadow takes down Hose and Spike. Libsaurus pushing forward, trying to pick off Scrolls here, but not going to find the kill. Backing up now with the help of Caddy. Nightmare takes down Shadow with possibly fully charged rail. Winston comes out from Spikeball, swapping over to try and get some better pressure here. Alright, Wyvern going in, getting a little bit of poke while then backing out. Bob comes out from Shadow, gets close to point. Libsaurus getting taken down. Bob gets bubbled by Scrolls to keep him alive longer. And Hose Machine gets taken down by Shadow Bow, specifically Bob. Tsunarish coming out from Ellie here. Nightmare gets taken down by Shadow. Livesaurus, the only one left alive to slay the house here. That is my dumbass hitting the wrong button. And Nightmare gets taken down by Wyvern.
Double kill. 0 to 3.
All right, and that is a full cap from Vendi Vidi Vici with 2 minutes 47 left on the clock. Slay the House have quite a big
Ready
hill
for
to
battle.
climb here.
Ready for battle.
But, you know, it's not over yet. All right, Shadow swapping over to the on-run. Spike Ball now on the Ramatra. Nightmare on the Bastion. And Caddy on the Juno. Nope, Spike's back onto the Zarya. Nope. Spike is just baiting me.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Wyvern sneaking up. Trying to hit Caddy out of the air. Observer, look away. Observer, look away. Thank you. Shadow taking down Hose Machine. Caddy takes down Wyvern. Spike Ball half here, but safely behind his shield. Alright. And Spike takes down Shadow. Alright, here comes a speed ring from Caddy. Nightmare going to pop the form. Scrolls having to duck inside to stay alive. Ellie and Scrolls both getting low here, but Scrolls is able to trade out Nightmare. Host Machine very low here. Link gets taken down. Wyvern takes down Livosaurus. It is now a 2v3. The DPS of Vendi Vidi Vici versus Spike and both supports for Slay the House. Shadow fully pushing into the supports, going down. Wyvern able to get the trade onto Caddy. And there have actually been no ticks for Slay the House here. Livosaurus going in, lighting Wyvern on fire, but getting taken down by Wyvern. The supports healing very well for them. Alright. Wyvern jumping into the back line of Slay the House. Spike Ball pushing forward here. Here comes the ult from Livosaurus. Taken down. Annihilation comes out from Spike Ball. A little bit of an overcommittance. There are 3 ults that have been used from Slay the House. But if it secures the point, it's going to be really good for them. Alright, Shadow 1 HP, getting the mini. Spike Ball fighting Shadow in the side room. Shadow getting taken down. Link takes down Livosaurus. And Wyvern's going to get the stall successfully. Popping the ult, getting bubbled. Alright, and here comes the grab from Scrolls. And with the Tectonic Shock and grab, they're going to be able to hold point here. 89% on the point already for Slay the House. They only have to get one more tick to cap the point. Very doable. Alright, 1 minute left on the clock. Kitsune Rush still online for Vendi Vidi Vici. Going to start early with the Kitsune Rush here. Caddy goes down early to Shadow. Nightmare trying to take down Scrolls. Not finding the damage necessary. Link takes down Nightmare. Scrolls takes down Livosaurus. And it's just Spike Ball left alive. Spike getting taken down. Caddy backing back up towards Swan. And Wyvern's going to stage on the high ground here for next point. Early form from Nightmare here. Spike Ball almost has the Annihilation again. Both support ults almost back online for Slay the House. Here comes the early on-run ult from Shadow Bow. Setting a lot of the enemy team on fire. Livosaurus getting taken down by Shadow in the on-run 1v1. Nightmare taking down Wyvern. Ellie takes down Spike Ball. The catnap comes out, and 2 seconds left on the clock. Nightmare goes down, and there's going to be no touch for Slay the House. Vendi Vidi Vici taking first map.
Unlocks in 30 seconds.
All right, here we are now on Colosseo. Wyvern onto the Xion, Shadow on the Ramatra, or Shadow on the Reaper, sorry, and Scrolls onto the Sigma. Same backline for Vendi Vidi Vici. Caddy is now on tank playing Ramatra. Spikeball is on the Cassidy. Nightmare on the Genji. Hose Machine on Kiriko, and Lives Horse on the Mercy. All right. Wyvern taking down Caddy here. Hose Machine teleports away. Shadow on cart right now. Wyvern going to high ground. Hose Machine gets taken down. Now their sights are aimed on Livosaurus. Wyvern taking down Livosaurus. It's just the DPS left alive for Slay the House. Caddy is swapped off the Ramatra, looking to mirror the Sigma. Spikeball 1 HP. Potentially killable, but not going to peek out to stay alive here. Alright, Nightmare up behind Shadow. Shadow going to turn around, deflect Forced. And no kills converted. Spikeball popping the Deadeye, but not finding a kill. Getting taken down before he can pull the trigger. Link 1 HP, Nightmare almost finding that kill. Deflect comes out yet again. Wyvern able to get the execution on the Hose Machine. Shadow taking down Nightmare. Livesaur's popping the Valkyrie, looking to try and get some damage off here. Bike comes out from Wyvern, goes wide, scrolls on the ground from the rock from Caddy. But still in a standstill, and Vendi Vidi Vici is still pushing cart here. Alright. Tatsuruku Spree could be coming out here potentially. There's the Catnap, the Gravitic Flux from Scrolls. The rest of the ult's still online for Vendi Vidi Vici. Scrolls takes down Livosaurus, and even though Link died, the rest of the team's still alive, and they're taking down Caddy on point. Alright, Nightmare swapping over to the Xion now. 2 ults available for Slay the House, 3 ults still online for Vendi Vidi Vici. Gravitic Flux could shut down one of these ults entirely. So there is a potential chance that Slay the House could turn this here. Alright, both Kitsune Rushes traded on point. Both teams looking to play this neutral space here. Tatsuruku Spree comes out from Wyvern. Gets taken down without any response. Scrolls taken down. Shadow goes in, pops the Death Blossom, able to take down 2 with it. Scrolls covering him perfectly. Hose Machine gets taken down by Scrolls' Rock, and it's almost going to be... There is the full cap. Vendi Vidi Vici dominant on the Colosseo. And for last map, we are going to Neon Junction. Vendi Vidi Vici swapping it up slightly. Scrolls on the Reinhardt. Wyvern back on the Venture. Ellie still on the Kiriko. Link on Lucio, and Shadow on Torbjorn. And for Slay the House, we have Hose Machine on the on Junker Queen now. Caddy on Ana, Livesaurus on Kiriko, Nightmare on Ashe, and Spikeball on Widow. Hose Machine able to take down Scrolls. But Shadow gets the trade on the Hose Machine. It's just the Squishy's left alive for this first point in Neon Junction. Wyvern taking the high ground left of point, trying to get some angular pressure on them. Link jumping in, no fear, able to take down Caddy. Very ballsy here. Wyvern now pushing in with them. Nightmare going down. Nightmare gets the trade onto Link with the Dynamite, though. And Wyvern's going to fall back to point as Scrolls holds forward to make sure point gets capped here. And Vendi Vidi Vici has gotten the first point picked for Neon Junction. And I don't think anyone in the game realized that this is the second hybrid map they have played. Alright, Scrolls taking down Hose Machine. Gets the pin onto Livsaurus, looking inspired on the Reinhardt here. Spikeball takes down Wyvern with a well-placed headshot, but Shadow gets the hurt kill onto Caddy. Spike taking down the turret. And now Spike is going to be shooting at Scrolls. The Scrolls gets the pin off, living with 50 HP as Shadow finishes off Spikeball in Scrolls' arms. All right, and the cart continues to move for Vendi Vidi Vici.
No one can resist my spell.
All right. All right, we see as the Nano Boost comes out onto Hose Machine, Spikeball taking down Link. Hose runs down Scrolls with the help of Nightmare. And second point is still held for Vendi Vidi Vici, and Link is on Lifeweaver. All right, Caddy getting the sleep successfully on the Wyvern. All right, Wyvern unburrows. Hose Machine able to take down Wyvern. Nightmare taking down Ellie. All right, Hose Machine gets the axe on his Shadow and solo ults him. And Scrolls gets the retaliation solo ult on the Hose Machine. This is definitely a fun map. Alright, train not coming anymore. Scrolls has swapped over to the Orisa. A lot of ults almost online for Vendi Vidi Vici. The only exception is Scrolls. Wyvern getting slept by Caddy, taken down by Nightmare. Scrolls pushed forward. Here comes the Molten Core from Shadowbow. And Scrolls is able to take down Hose Machine with the Spear. Barrage comes out from Nightmare, takes down Link, gets the finish on the Scrolls after getting stunned. And now Nightmare is going to pinch behind Vendi Vidi Vici, but his team's not pushing with him. And the train is going to end that fight. Ooh, Ellie getting taken down late by Caddy. It's a good stagger. Slay the House playing extremely well on this map. Alright, Kitsune Rush and Tectonic Shock both available for Vendi Vidi Vici. Alright. Tectonic Shock comes out from Wyvern but doesn't find a kill. Nightmare getting nano boosted by Caddy. Scrolls and Shadow cleaning up a lot is just the supports left, or just Spike and Caddy left alive. Forgive me. Turret comes out, gets killed by Spikeball, but Scrolls is just pushing them down and gets both of them with the Terror Surge. A very late kill there. Really good to help them get their bearings and push in third point strong. Right. 2 ults available for Slay the House. Here comes the Orbital Ray from Livsaurus. Hose Machine gets taken down early by Scrolls. Rockets coming out from Livsaurus. Livsaurus getting the pick on the Wyvern with Nightmare. Kitsune Rush comes out from Ellie. Spikeball on a nasty off angle, taking down both Link and Shadow. And Spikeball is getting body blocked by Scrolls and taken down. Now Nightmare pushes in onto Scrolls, 3 HP. Scrolls able to take them down. And now Scrolls is just going to be pushing back, gets life gripped and saved by Link. And we're going to see as Vendi Vidi Vici are fully regrouped for the next fight. Hose Machine getting sped in by Livsaurus here. Shout already out. And Nightmare takes down Link. Barrage is available again for Nightmare here. Hose Machine getting taken down. Shadow gets taken down by Nightmare. A really long-range spear from Scrolls to take down Spike. Really good there. Wyvern taking down Live Source. Nightmare takes down Wyvern. Link is on to the Zen here. The ult comes out, or Barrage comes out from Nightmare, gets nano boosted. Spike Ball taking down Ellie. Nightmare taking down Scrolls. Spike Ball taking down Link. And as the Observer attempts to wake up, we are going to see that Vendi Vidi Vici only have a minute left here. Molten Core comes out from Shadow Bow, but he gets slept. So not a lot comes out. Wyvern pushing forward, able to get the finish on a Nightmare. Hose takes down Wyvern in response. The Rampage is good. Shadow takes down Hose Machine. Sights available for Spike Ball, getting pressured out by Scrolls still. Scrolls taking down Spike Ball again. And it's just the supports left alive for Slay the House. Nightmare comes back, getting poked out by Shadow, takes himself down. Does not want to live in a world where Torbjorn exists. And Wyvern takes down Hose, and with 21 seconds left on the clock, Vendi Vidi Vici is going to cap here.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. 3, 2, 1.
We're going to see that starting out on defense, Wyvern is going to be sitting in a bush and staying safe. Hose Machine has swapped over to the Domina, Nightmare onto the Echo, Spike Ball onto the Junkrat, and the rest of the players in the lobby are on their same heroes. Actually, Link swapping over to the Ana. I did not spot that at first. Shadow taking down Spike Ball early. Wyvern taking down Hose Machine as Hose attempts to back up. Scrolls taking down Livosaurus. Shadow walking forward, playing a little too aggressive there and getting killed. The Observer hits print screen again. I really need to just get rid of that key. Alright, Spike Ball takes down Link. Spike Ball takes down Ellie. And we see as Scrolls is sitting on the back half of the point, attempting to stay alive. Spear comes out, or Grill comes out and hits Hose Machine. Nightmare, or Wyvern taking down Spike Ball. Livosaurus getting the trade onto Wyvern. Shadow very low here. The field is pretty good from Hose to zone off the team. The Scrolls is just getting a pick and is hiding, using cover very well. Caddy half HP here. Alright. Source is taking down Spike Ball, taking down Wyvern. Wyvern getting the trade onto Caddy. And Hose Machine is going to go down, and no ticks from made on point. Shadow getting the pick on Spike Ball there. 2 minutes left on the clock for Slay the House to get this first point here.
My baby's destroyed.
Alright, Livosaurus teleporting forward using Suzu. Wyvern burrowing, still engaging onto the back line here. Unburrows, Terra Surge comes out from Scrolls, takes down Livosaurus. Nightmare taking down Wyvern. Shadow getting the hammer kill on Spike Ball, using Hype Moments and Aura alone to kill him. Scrolls takes down Nightmare. My voice just cracked terribly. That's going to stay in there forever. If you watch this cast up until this point, please comment spaghetti so I know that you're cool. And Livosaurus is going to take or pop the Kitsune Rush. I cannot speak. Wyvern pushing forward again, going heavy into the back line. Nightmare getting the copy onto Scrolls, but gets burned down by Shadowbow's ult. Shadow getting the pick onto Caddy. Wyvern getting the pick onto Spike. Wyvern getting the pick onto Liv as well. Nightmare getting the trade onto Shadow, and Vendi Vidi Vici having less ults than Slay the House here for the final fight. We're gonna see a late fight Terra Surge and a late fight Nano. Link looking very low here, getting traded early. Spike able to take down Wyvern as Wyvern pops Tectonic Shock. Really good cancel there from Spike Ball. Nano Boost comes out from Caddy onto Spike Ball. The team will be walking forward here. 10 seconds left on the clock. Panopticon gets popped. Finds 2. Livesaurus takes down Scrolls. Hose Machine takes down Ellie. Caddy gets a nade onto Shadow that takes him down. Wyvern stalling on point as the only one left alive. And we're going to see as Vendi Vidi Vici are finally going to bleed in this series and get their get first point captured. Scrolls getting a touch, but is antied. Pops the Terra Surge to stay alive on point. Nightmare takes down Ellie. Scrolls getting pushed backwards. Both supports dead. Scrolls no longer having any sustain. Shadow takes down Spike Ball in the cleanup. But Slay the House is going to capture first point here. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock as they're going to push forward here. Shadow now 1v1ing Hose Machine inside room. Hose getting taken down. Shadow at 44 HP left. And Shadow gets taken down by Spike Ball's thing that he threw. Smiley face. Concussion Mine. That's the name of the ability. I'm smart. Alright, we almost have 3 ults back online for Vendi Vidi Vici, almost having 4 ults online for Slay the House. Slay the House having really good lead in ult economy here. They've been very disciplined in this game. Spikeball taking down Wyvern as Wyvern's burrowing. A really good kill there. Hose Machine pushes into Shadow. Shadow pops the ult. Try and clear them out of the high ground, but it only really gets put on the tracks where they don't even want to stand. Hose Machine standing on the tracks, as I just stated that they probably don't want to stand there, dropping and getting picked off. Highly unfortunate. Livesaurus gets taken down as Scrolls overheats. But it's a good pick, so he's able to just let his gun cool down. Alright, still 4 ults available for Slay the House. Those 3 ults I mentioned earlier, almost back online. Wyvern gets taken down as he tries to engage on the back line. Shadow gets nanoed. Shadow trying to get the hammer kill on Spike Ball, but goes down. This guy loves pulling out his hammer. I mean, keep the hammer in your pants, man. Nightmare takes down Link. Nightmare is doing some work on the Tracer, almost getting picks on the back line. Kitsune Rush comes out from Livesaurus. Spike Ball able to get the kill onto Wyvern. Nightmare taking down Scrolls, and 16 seconds left on the clock, but Slay the House is looking really good here. I mean, all the people with ults were killed that fight. So now Link and Shadow have to try and stall here without any ultimates. And it looks like they're just going to concede this point. Here comes the Tectonic Shock, unfortunately not getting the touch, so there is a minute and a half left on the clock. Wyvern takes down Caddy, Scrolls takes down Spike Ball. The Vendi Vidi Vici are going to win this fight, but they did not stop the caps, so there is still time for Slay the House to finish the map. Alright. Terra Surge and Kitsune Rush available for Vendi Vidi Vici. Scrolls just not at his keyboard, apparently. Spike Ball taking down both Link and Ellie, just getting in the back line, killing both of them. Alright. Wyvern unburrows, takes down Caddy. Nightmare takes down Shadow with a very nice stick there, really clean. And Hose is going to take down Wyvern. Alright. Here comes Kitsune Rush from Ellie. Wyvern looking to try and contest Spike Ball on the high ground here. Spike getting the better of Wyvern in that one engagement. Trade from Shadow onto Nightmare. Scrolls goes down. And it's looking really good here for Slay the House. Molten Core comes out from Shadow, but Shadow gets picked off immediately. The Molten Core is able to kill off Livosaurus, though. And here comes the Riptire from Shadow taking down, or from Spike Ball taking down Wyvern. Spike taking down Link as well. The end of the Molten Core taking down Hose Machine. Now Scrolls is back on point. Vendi Vidi Vici has tank advantage for this last fight here. Nightmare gets taken down. And Spike Ball is going to go down on point, and Vendi Vidi Vici are going to win the set 3-0.